So we don't have time to wait for any of these kinds of political remedies. We need to push, Cardoza, Pelosi, George Miller out, Barbara Boxer, and we need to put pressure on the rest of the Congress to suspend the Endangered Species Act. Now, our next speaker, Piedad Ayala, he operates a large custom farming operation and farm labor operation in the Central Valley. And he brings a special viewpoint because he works throughout the entire Central Valley, and he's seen firsthand up and down the devastation and the human toll on families because of Nancy Pelosi's congressional created Dust Bowl. He helped organize a march that went all the way from Mendota, is that where we started? Mendota to the San Luis Reservoir. And it was over 4 days. And families with children, politicians, Latinos, Mexicans, Mexican migrant workers, Mexican families that have worked for generations. This has been their way of life, working on ranches and farms. This is their life. Where are the Democrats? Yeah, where's La Raza? Where is, the United Farm Workers? Where are these people that are supposed to be, representative? They're doing a march and they're starting in Tulare, but they're working for the SEIU. Yep. And they're crying about their wages right now while people are suffering unemployment in these communities. These people, they marched. They endured dust in their faces, in their lungs. Over the course of days, they had blisters on their feet. And when they got to the reservoir, the governor was there with a consortium of politicians, and they talked about their bonds.
Of course he
They completely usurped what was the intention of the march, which was to draw attention to the immediate need to turn the pumps on now. So, get that.
Get a beat.
Martha, thank you for the invitation and everybody that put this event together. It's really important for us to really get out of the valley and let our voice, our pain being felt and our voice to being heard. Because a lot of people, when they mention earlier, they say when they're thinking of I'm a farmer, they always think that everybody's trying to confuse, and some of the politics, they keep saying farmers and farmers, but they're forgetting all the rest of the businesses. And they're forgetting that all the business depend from the farming. In the state of California, especially the Central Valley, the water is the engine of our economy. The water is the one that keeps the furniture store going, the car dealer, the liquor store, the gas station, the auto parts, the Walmart, and all the other stores going on, because everything comes from the agriculture. When we go and visit communities like Mendota and some of those areas where we got over 40% unemployment, and our government talking about stimulating jobs, that they're going to do this and they're going to do that, and they got one simple, very simple solution. If they turn those pumps on and let us all go back to work, they can forget about the state being in trouble, the state being in a big situation in the economy. Because then, if we put people to work tomorrow, next week they're going to be in the line at a liquor store and the bank cashing their checks. The employer's going to be deducting payroll taxes to start paying, injecting it money into the economy. And that's the bottom line. What they're trying to do, they bring in food from different countries to our people that I know for the last 30 or 40 years. They've been a hard-working people that harvest the crops in here in the state of California, people that really work hard in the cold and the hot days, and they are out there working, and now we have to see them in the food lines because they lost their jobs. People that being employees, that being the farm workers, that been in the same farm for 30, 40 years, and all of a sudden, they lost their job because our man drought decision. They keep blaming the judge. I heard something that we were even blaming the judge for taking the decision or ruling in the way he did. And up into 3 weeks, we were very upset with the judge for Fresno because we keep thinking he's not fair. I even got few debates with him in the university in Fresno and the state of, and the Fresno City College when we had the debate, and I even challenged him, and I told him, if you know the pain that our people suffering out there, in here, and here, you probably rule different. And he just looked at me and he didn't say nothing, but he was reading what I give him to read from some of the communities, some of the local communities, some of the people. They were losing their homes, their cars, and the job. And finally, 3 weeks ago, he came to Madera, and he went and showed up like a regular citizen, and he explained us what is his rule that he's playing. He said, I'm getting blamed by the governor, I'm getting blamed by the Congress, that I'm ruling in different way, but I'm just ruling in the way the law is written here. So if we want to make decisions, if we want for this to happen, to change, we need to go directly to the problem. And the problem is in Washington, D.C., and that's where the congressman is. When we marched for 3.5 days, some of those politics, they were working with us. And we really believe in them. Because we were thinking they were really working for us in Washington. Unfortunately, 2 months ago, when we received the recall votes from Washington, and we see the way they voted when they went back over there, a lot of our people were pretty upset because they were voting against their own people. One of the things that we recommend in our people all over the country, not just in the Central Valley, is to go to the local congressmen. If they are in Oklahoma, in Chicago, in Washington, whatever they are, they need to go over there and ask them for the support for the Central Valley, because we all are family. A lot of those people that live in Chicago, that live in Arizona, that live in different states, they left from the Valley. The first time, especially in the Hispanic community, a lot of people that come from different countries, this is California, and this is where we come first, and we learn, and then from here we go to the rest of the country. So we got a lot of people that care for this valley, and we need to give them the message, the pain that we feel in, when we go out there and see those full lines of people, when we see the unemployment rate over 40% in some of those communities, and when we go and see these people asking or begging for the job, when we see these people sleeping in the fields, when we see these people crying, one of the cases that we got, one, but we got many like that, when we supposed to have I don't know how much time I have. One of the times when we supposed to take somebody to witness, when some of the congressmen came from Washington, they asked me to take a farm worker to give him a story or to be witness of the problems we were going through. So I went and out of 3 weeks, select one, and he was going to be speaking for all the farm workers and for all the businesses, not just for the farm workers and not just for the farmers, but that was for all the citizens from the state or from the Central Valley. Unfortunately, that day when the forum came, he was not around. He was not there. I was very upset and hurt because I figured his message was going to help us back in Washington where they make the decisions. So when the panel finished, we went back to my office, and I got a call from one of my supervisors, and he said, I cannot mention the name, but I'm going to say Jose. He said, Jose's here, and he wants to talk to you. I said, I'm busy, I don't want to talk to him. Because, he let us down. He's supposed to be there, and he didn't show up. He said, he needs to talk to you. He got a reason why he didn't show up. I said, I don't have time. He said, for me, I work in this company, give him 5 minutes. That's all I'm asking. I said, well, I'm in Fresno. He said, I drive him over there. Okay, so I wait for him in my office. When Jose walked into my office, I can hardly recognize him. He told me, Pida, I'm sorry I let you down. I said, no, you didn't let me down. You let everybody down.